The media, while seemingly always criticised by the public, has an everlasting effect on the people who come in contact with it. Whether it is the 6 o'clock news or the morning show with Larry and Kylie, the media influences the way we as a society see the major events that transpire around our everyday lives. While it can be argued that the morning show is actually bad for society, most of what you see today is merely a point of entertainment or enlightenment. Print media was initiated to bring people the facts and continue to do so on a day-to-day basis with all the latest news and current affairs. These stories all have lasting impressions on the viewer, however, it is not as bad for society as everyone says it is. Depictions of media violence are always associated with the causation of teen violence and abuse of similar proportions. David Gauntlett states, "To assert that media violence will bring negative consequences is not only to presume that depictions of violence in the media will always be promoting antisocial behaviour. To simply assume media is only influencing children or teenagers negatively is a knee-jerk reaction at attempting to solve societal issues, often created by moral panics, to institute radical new laws and limit the boundaries of youth behaviour. Media support can often be the cause of major social change. When certain stories are picked up by major news stations, these stories are almost fanatically followed, to the extent where public awareness is raised and often financial support is given to the aggrieved. There is no better example of this than the Daniel Morcombe abduction murder case, where all the news stations worked tirelessly for the family to first find Daniel, and then secondly bring his killer to justice. This took 10 years of thorough research and inquiring to police, which finally paid dividends in March. The media got behind and supported the Morcombe family, showing its more sensitive side, proving it is inherently good. Social media has been described many times as bad for society. Stories about trolls and cyberbullying litter the news headlines at times. However, these stories aren't always accurate depictions of how the everyday user goes about social media and how it is mostly used. According to Fairfax Media, 9 million people check their Facebook accounts daily, almost 40% of the population. While social media is often advertised as a heartless machine, turning people against people and the destroyer of social interaction, Keith Hampton suggests that it is being blown out of proportion. His study of New York and social interactions found that generally, in vastly crowded areas such as the Matt and Bryant Park, between 3 and 10% of people were on or using their mobile phones, and often these people were by themselves, passing time on their way to meet someone. This form of interaction can only be a positive step in society, as it increases the potential people have to stay in contact with each other and network for their own personal needs. Social media mustn't be that bad after all. While the media isn't as wholesome as someone may expect, or in some cases demand, it sheds light on our day-to-day lifestyles and activities. For every bad story you hear, there is always generally an uplifting, heartwarming story to match. To conclude, the media isn't as bad as what everyone says it is. To have something that reports and questions day-to-day existence is a necessity of growth, and despite the claims of few moral panics, is detrimental to society. As Noam Chomsky states, public can be influential, the media can be influential. The media influences many of the good that we see in society today, and inspires all of the change that happens around us. Thank you for watching.